coming back to the traits of the nice guy, right? This is parts, right? Parts of us. You may have heard me start to refer to this. If you haven't heard me talk about parts at all, as a brief introduction, we all use the term, a part of me wants to do this, a part of me wants to do that. Right? A part of me wants to, work my face off and just see how much money I can make and grow the biggest business I've ever, and be the most successful I can possibly be. But then another part of me just wants to be a grounded, present dad. I want to be present and have more life, work balance and things like that. Right? Part of me wants to do this. Part of me wants to do that. So we already recognize that there are parts to our mind. We're not just one mind, there are parts. And that doesn't mean you're insane. It doesn't mean you're schizophrenic. It just means that you're human. Like, that's part of the experience. So what the nice guy umbrella term essentially is a series of parts that have responded to a moment in childhood in predictable ways, right? The most common parts that accumulate to create what's called a nice guy are the people pleaser, the conflict avoider, the indecisive or directionless part, the everyone else comes first part, the good or the safe boy, the anger suppressor, and the responsible fixer, the one that has to fix everybody else so that he can be okay. Now, these are not the only ones, but these are the most common ones. And you might resonate with a couple, if not all of those. And the reason that I want to break this down is because when we look at all of it, like if we just say, I'm a nice guy, how do I not be a nice guy? It's vague, right? And in the vague, there's no specificity, there's anxiety, there's overwhelm, and there's no direction, right? How do I address that? It's kind of like saying, I want to have a successful business. Okay, like what's failing in your business? Is it your offer? Is it your marketing? Is it your sales? Is it your delivery? Like, where is it? Okay, where we figure out then the bottleneck. Okay, this is the symptom. This is the behavior that needs to change so that we can address that. And then when we look at these different parts, we can then work with each part to understand it, and then to address it. We address them one by one, not all of them. So it's not like you then just suddenly become not a nice guy. You work on the one that is most prevalent for you. And that might be you avoid conflict. Like, you realize that part is having the biggest impact on your life and your marriage. So like, okay, cool. I'm gonna work with that part. And then you work with that part, and then, okay, cool. Now I don't feel so afraid of dealing with conflict, dealing with hard conversations. I can have those and still feel safe and navigate those. And I've got reframed how I experience those. Amazing. Then we move on to the next one. And the beautiful thing about this framework of working with parts is it's not exclusive to being a nice guy. This is not the only use case for this. You can literally use this same framework for every trait that is getting in your way. Every part of you that has an intention that you want to understand and maybe shift a little.